Wagwan, what's up? Orvia Renee here. Thank y'all so much for stopping by my channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for deciding to click on my video. And if you are a returning viewer, y'all are so dope. You already know that. I really do appreciate you guys. If you are looking for content surrounding faith, fertility, and experiencing my IVF journey with me, then you are in the right place because we talk about all of that over here. Okay, so let's get into it. If you don't know, if you haven't been following us along this full journey, basically the last video that I posted was about how many embryos we ended up with that actually went to the lab for genetic testing and to be biopsied. And if you want to watch that video to see how many eggs we started with, as far as how many eggs were retrieved, how many were fertilized, and at the end of the day, you know that we're at 4 embryos that we had that were sent for PGTA testing. So, yeah, so that video, I got the results in the afternoon while I was at work. And after work, instead of going straight home, I just went to a park that's on the way, and just to kind of like clear my thoughts and, really just talk to God, right? So I wanted to kind of do a follow-up of how I'm feeling now and what the next steps are. So with that being said, I'm not upset. I'm not sad. I don't think I've ever in the last few, I haven't experienced a feeling of sadness or discouragement or anger or anything like that, right? I've actually felt more encouraged. And when I say that, I mean I felt more encouraged to trust God in this process. And yeah, that's basically where I'm at. Like I said, I'm not upset, I'm not mad, I'm not sad about it, because at the end of the day, this is exactly how it was supposed to happen, right? Whether I want to accept that or not, this is what the results are. The results are the results. It is what it is, right? And there's no point in worrying or stressing about something that I cannot control, right? And so that's what I intend to do. But I just wanted to take a few days to really kind of process it, speak with my clinic and things like that, just to kind of go over what our next steps were. And so I wanted to talk about this in this portion of the video. And so basically we have a few routes that we can go. First route is we can do another stem cycle. And that is the cycle where we have to go in and do another cycle of injections of drugs, okay? We can do that, which would then mean we would have to do another egg retrieval to retrieve more eggs and hopefully get more healthy embryos, have those tested, and, move forward with the process. There are a few things with that, okay? If we decide to do another stem cycle, of course, that is more money, more time. I'm looking over at my notes. More money, more time, and you just have to be prepared for whatever the results are, right? And also like more injections, right? Your body goes through already so much with experiencing this whole process and hormones being pumped into your body and all of that, right? So we could do another stem cycle. Granted, it is not going to be the same price as it would be if we were just starting this process fully over, but it's not that much cheaper, okay? The next thing that we can do is we can go ahead and do the transfer with the 1 embryo that we have. We can do the transfer with the 1 embryo we have and pray that the baby implants into my uterus successfully and we have a pregnancy, right? The third thing that we can also do is before doing a transfer, my IVF nurse suggested a endometriosis biopsy. So there's a few things with that. because I have already had an HSG test done, which is what resulted in me getting my bilateral salpingectomy, which is the removal of both of my fallopian tubes. I had that done in October. I had my surgery for my tubes to be removed in January 2024. With that, when she went in to do the removal of my tubes, my understanding was that she cleaned out any extra tissue as far as uterus. And then also they confirmed that I did not have any form of endometriosis. It was not present in my uterus or anywhere where they did the surgery. My nurse said that they also can go in and test the cells in my uterus to see if they are fully healthy, so that when we do the transfer, that it's in a healthy environment. So I have reached out to my own doctor and kind of talked to her about what the IVF clinic was suggesting as far as that biopsy. And so I am following up with her to see, what her thoughts are about it, because she's able to see the details of my surgery and what they did. So that's basically a few of the things that we're trying to process. But in the meantime, I am on birth control for another 2 weeks. And then after I come on my cycle, they're going to schedule me lab work for my progesterone. That's basically what we're waiting on now. Yeah, y'all. So that's where we're at. We are basically, I won't say in limbo. We're just waiting. We have one embryo, y'all. We are going to be transferring. Had there been more healthy embryos, it's like if the first one didn't stick, if the first one didn't successfully implant and, create pregnancy, then we were going to have 3 others that we were going to say, okay, that one doesn't implant. Okay, we have 3 more on ice. Let's go. Let's try those. Let's try the next one. Let's try the next one, right? But I know that I'm in this place because literally, you guys, yes, and I've talked about my faith so much in all of my videos. Yes, my faith has been in God. Yes, I've been trusting. We've been trusting this process. But our faith, of course, also had to be in the doctors doing the right thing, right? In my doctor giving me the right protocol, giving me the right dosage of medications, all of that stuff, right? My faith had to be partially in that as well. But now I really believe God is saying, look, Orvia, what are you going to do now that you don't have 3 other embryos that you can depend on? Are you going to solely depend on me and trust me in this time, in this moment? Because you have 1 embryo, 1 healthy embryo. What are you going to do? How are you going to act, right? Are you going to stress yourself out? Are you going to get sad about it? Are you going to, get upset? Are you going to just push me to the side? I never believe that God tests you. He doesn't test you. But I do believe that at some levels, because each of us are given a measure of faith, we're given a measure of faith, and it's up to us to work that faith. It's up to us to increase that faith. It's up to us to be proactive in that faith, right? And so right now it's time. Right now God is saying it's time. It's time for you to take your faith to another level. And that's exactly what we're going to do. That's exactly what we're going to do. And I'm not going to stress myself out. I'm not. So I really believe that, God is telling me this is the time. God is basically saying, if you have 1, what you going to do with 1? How are you going to act with 1, right? And I am encouraged by so many women that had only 1 embryo. and have had successful pregnancies. I've spoken with some of you, and I really do appreciate your encouragement. And it really, really means a lot for you to give me a look into your experience. But I'm very thankful. We're very thankful. Very, very thankful, even for the one. And so I'm going to wrap this video up, but I'm going to quickly just read you guys something from this devotional. I know a lot of people know about this book. It's called Jesus Calling, and it's by Sarah Young. It's like a devotional book. And I'm going to read you the one from May 1st, which is the day that we found out that we only have one normal embryo, right? I'm going to read that to you. It's short, y'all. It's not long. It says, "You are on the path of my choosing. There is no randomness about your life. Here and now comprise the coordinates of your daily life. Most people let their moments slip through their fingers, half-lived. They avoid the present by worrying about the future or longing for a better time and place. They forget that they are creatures who are subject to the limitations of time and space. They forget their creator who walks with them only in the present. Every moment is alive with my glorious presence to those whose hearts are intimately connected with mine. As you give yourself more and more to a life of constant communion with me, you will find that you simply have no time for worry. Thus, you are free to let my spirit direct your steps, enabling you to walk along the path of peace. And the scripture says, who of you by worrying can add a single hour to his life? Since you cannot do this very little thing, why do you worry about the rest?" And that's Luke 12:25 through 26. If we can't add an extra hour, if I can't create an extra healthy, normal embryo in this moment, right, without going through the process again, spending more, if I can't do that, why worry? Why worry? All I can do is continue to trust God, and that's exactly what we're going to do over here. All right, y'all. I appreciate you guys for watching. If you have questions, if you have comments, leave them down there in the comment box. I'm going to definitely answer them. I appreciate all you guys and your encouragement and your love and support. It means so, so much to me. And I'm going to talk to y'all in the next video. Love y'all.